and welcome to the Raw Vegan Guru channel, where we are raising our health consciousness. One thought at a time, one action at a time, and hopefully one meal at a time. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about nerve flossing. You may have heard of this and wondered what the heck it is, or you may have never heard of this, but this is an effective tool that I have in my arsenal when it comes to helping alleviate pain, tension in the body, and mobility. Nerve flossing, it gently mobilizes the nerves to help reduce pain, it increases range of motion, and it also can help with blood flow and oxygen to vital areas that are otherwise stuck, tense, tight, or maybe surrounded by inflammation. So think of it just as if you were doing flossing with your teeth, where you are coming back and forth and the nerve is gliding, it's sliding, and it's having typically a motion that otherwise doesn't occur in our daily lives because we're not focusing on this. Now, what tipped me off to this is I work in a very brutally physical, dynamic profession at this time, and I had injured my back, and I worked that through my breathing exercises, my yoga, and my meditative state to come out of that. Of course, herbs are always involved. And then all of a sudden, something started to creep up on me that absolutely stopped me in my tracks, where my neck and my shoulder had locked up in severe pain. I couldn't even move it and mobilize it. So this began the journey of deep research, as I always will do, into the naturopathic, earth-grounded, God source information knowledge. So what I came across was nerve flossing, and I'd heard of this before, and I'd heard that people have great results with this, but I had not experimented with it myself. So I was really up against the wall. I had gone to see my chiropractor. He's a beautiful, blessed man. He had helped me tremendously, and I learned so much every time. But there was just something missing beside the physical shift as we go to the chiropractor and they do the adjustment. There was just something deeper within me that I knew needed to be tended to. Now, I thought that perhaps I was having some sort of muscle spasm issue. I definitely was feeling that there was a deep-rooted nerve pinch somewhere along the line, the highway here. And so that's when I began to do the nerve flossing, and the results have been life-altering. It is absolute miracle magic work. Now, whenever it comes to doing your own self-care, you always want to do your own research besides just listening here on YouTube, because not everybody knows what they're doing, and you have to be so safe and respect this vessel, because you can do something wrong. You can strain yourself, you can injure yourself, and you can cause more problems. But I think the bottom line here is that we need to know, when it comes to health consciousness, we do not need to rely on others unless a bone's sticking out of our body. Because if you got heartburn, you caused it. And if you got a headache, you have to do something to contend with it. So every single time that the body is speaking, it's letting you know it's out of alignment. It's letting you know that there is something in a frequency that is off. Now, what's very interesting about all of this in the physical body is it isn't always just physical. It's energetic, and it can be connected to our emotional state. So let's say we had a traumatic childhood, or post-traumatic stress disorder event, as many of us do, and we internalize and we hold that because we don't do our shadow work, or we don't do our meditations and our inner practices to release and have closure and let go and forgive and allow the self-love and the acceptance of everything that's happened to us for a higher purpose. So when we have those blockages, that can come through into the physical body and giving us problems. So you could have shoulder pain because you had lifted something incorrectly, you had strained yourself, perhaps you had slept wrong. Pillows, I'll tell you, I'm a serious pillow man. You got to have the right pillow. You got to have a firm and supportive pillow. And if you don't, that can throw you for a loop. So, what can happen to the body by having blockages is injury. So, no matter which way it comes, we need to align ourselves with the balance and harmony of ourselves. So, let me start with saying any of these exercises that I'm going to show you need to be done gently, and you need to approach it with an open mind and focus. And always, when it comes to any motion in the body, we want to work with our breathing in through our nose and out through our mouths. Because just like the ocean, when the waves come in and out, that's what we have to do for our bigger purpose. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to start to warm up the area. These nerve flossing techniques, I'm going to give you 3 today, are going to be working on the upper shoulder region, neck. And you may notice that with neck tension or shoulder, it will start to come down the arm. Now, when you start to have even tingling or pain or numbness in your fingers, that can absolutely be related to a nerve, a pinched nerve, a nerve strain, but it also can be connected to a muscle issue. So you may have tightness and problems in muscles in your neck or your back, and they're coming up, and then they're triggering pain down through the arm. So we always want to do our stretching. And if you are having a problem in your neck and your shoulder and it's coming down your arm, and you try these nerve flossing techniques and you don't get any relief, there may be a deeper rooted issue with your muscles or your tendons or even your bone structure. You may be highly out of alignment and it's throwing everything off. So I highly recommend acupuncture, massage, and chiropractic care, absolutely. I do not believe that sulfur compound toxic poison pharmaceuticals will do anything for you but mask the issue at hand and drive you deeper into oblivion of the self or balance. So first, what I want to do is real gentle. Let's say your neck is locked up and you're in a lot of pain here. You just want to start to roll your shoulders. Maybe that's too painful. So you want to just maybe bring your shoulders up a little. Bring it to where you feel comfortable and just start to give that motion. Just start to come around a little. All right, so we're starting to get some blood flow into the area. Going to start to warm it up. All right, we're going to do that for just a little while. You might start to feel a little bit of relief. Maybe in the beginning you can only go here and then you can come here. So just kind of play around. It's real gentle, real slow approach. Now we're going to take one of our arms and we're going to touch our shoulder on the opposite side. Just that range of motion, real simple. Let's lift our elbow up toward our face and bring it down. Cool, I'm not in pain with that. Let's do it again. We're just going to kind of touch our other shoulder. We're going to come down, we're going to come up. We're just giving that range of motion. All right, good. So now this is one of my favorite stretches, and this is what we're going to do before the 3 flossing techniques today. I'm going to just raise my arm up just like, well, I never really did in school. I don't know. I was kind of rebellious. All right, so let's bring this up. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to touch the back of my shoulder. Now again, do not push this. You might get to this point and it's painful and just stop. Come back down and don't push it. But I'm going to come up. I'm going to come over to my shoulder, and then I'm going to take my other arm and I'm going to come to my elbow, and I'm just going to give a little bit of pressure. Just that little stretch. And that feels so good. I do this throughout the day. It really helps with that mobility. And again, if you start to feel maybe a pinched nerve or some strain, let it go. Do not push it. Now the other side. Let's come over. I'm touching my opposite back of the shoulder. Maybe I can do it this way. Back of the shoulder over, and then I'm going to grab the elbow and I'm just going to stretch down a little. Okay. So now the last thing that I want to do before we do the floss techniques is I just want to move my neck a little. I just want to go to the side. I'm not going to strain it. Now to the other side. Nice and gentle. All right. I'm feeling groovy. Now the first technique is very, very simple. And again, if you feel any strain, discomfort, or pain doing this, stop immediately. I am not here giving medical advice. I would never, ever, ever go to medical school because that is a waste of time unless it comes to surgery. So I'm going to just let you know these are the things that I have done that have helped me on my journey in a very naturalistic approach. So I'm going to put my arm up straight right in front of me, just as so, and I'm going to pretend I'm holding a tennis ball. All right, so just about there, as you can see, maybe it's a racquetball, maybe even a lacrosse ball. So I'm going to just be right in front of me here, okay? And then I'm going to just bring it a little over. So maybe from the side view, this would be straight, but I'm going to just bring it a little over, all right? And now I'm going to twist up, I'm going to twist down. So I'm just turning that tennis ball. Now what I'm doing here is I'm starting to floss and move and put a little bit of motion into that nerve. We have, what, 3 main nerves that come from the shoulder down the arm, I believe. I'm not an expert, but in my research, I believe it's 3 nerves. So we're just going to start the motion with that nerve. Now you can do both sides of your body, or if you're having a problem on one side, you can just focus on that side. So for me, I have had an issue on my right side, so I've been really working on this area. So I'm just doing this maybe for about 20 seconds. Okay, and this feels really amazing. It seems so simple, but it really feels amazing. Now I'm gently coming back to my side. All right, feeling good about that. And I'm going to come up and I'm just going to do it again, just a little over. Remember, straight, just a little over. And you can play with that. You could be a little more straight if that's too tense for you. Just a little over. And I'm feeling that release. Right now, this feels great. So I'm loving it. All right, so that's the first nerve floss move. Very easy, very simple, and something that can be approached even if you're having a lot of discomfort and pain and tension in that neck area and in the shoulders, and a lot of times will be related right down the back. But that's for another video because we need to do our stretching and our breathing. And we just need to be mindful that our emotional state, our thoughts and our feelings, and what we do to the physical body is all interrelated, and we don't get away with anything. So karma is something that perhaps comes to us from previous cycles that we must contend with, but also we create karma through our thoughts and actions in the now. And you're not getting away with anything if you're pushing your body, neglecting your body, or misusing and abusing your body. You're going to have some body karma because all decisions have consequences. All right, so now the next move is going to be having your arms straight out, okay? Just straight out. Again, just find your place. And I'm going to just come over a little again. So I'm straight, and I'm just going to come towards my back just a little. Straight, over, just a little. Okay. So now this is a simple approach to a great nerve floss technique that has been clutch in my journey. So I'm going to raise my wrist up to the ceiling, and I'm going to raise my wrist down. And as you can probably guess, just like dental flossing, we are going to be moving this nerve. So I'm up and then I'm down, up and down. And I'm already starting to feel that. It feels great. It really brings a sense into your body that you've probably never had before, because your nerves have been in place for quite some time without any fluidity. And sometimes they are pulled and strained and tensed and frightened. All right. So now we're going to amp this up a little. What I'm going to do is, as I raise my wrist, I'm going to gently move my head to my shoulder. So I'm going to try to have my ear touch my shoulder as I am up. Now I'm feeling that intensity, that strain. I'm not pushing it, but boy, I feel it. Now as I put my wrist down, I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm coming up. So as you can see, we're flossing. I don't know if that's some sort of dance somewhere, but we're talking the real deal right now. I'm flossing, and that's feeling great. And I really can feel that tension releasing. So we can fall into a little bend, that's okay, but we just want to keep these motions. So again, we're going to do that for about 20 seconds. We can do a few sets of it. You just want to warm your body up to it. Don't overdo it. You may want to do this once a day. If you're having a lot of discomfort, maybe twice a day, and then repeat it as you move forward, but don't overdo it. This is really effective, and you're really going to be moving that nerve. And that nerve may have been stuck in a place for quite some time. Ooh, did I do it wrong? Let's see. Let's go straight. So I'm up, I'm over. So you got to focus. Okay, that feels good. Now here is our last flossing move. Now as you can see, even me talking to you doing this video, I might have thrown myself off, and we want to be very mindful about this, and we really want to use our breathing in these motions. So as I am up, in through the nose, down. I'm really getting that stretch. All right, for our last move, I'm going to put my arm out. I'm going to go into a little L, and then I'm going to bring my wrist towards my head. So it's as if I'm not pointing outwardly, I'm pointing inwardly. Did I just make up that word? So as I am here, I am putting my wrist towards my head, and now I am going to move my head toward my fingers with my wrist moved in towards this shoulder and neck area. And just like the straight arm flossing that we were doing previous, as I come down, I'm going to move my head over. So I'm going to come over and come down. I feel that, boy, I'll tell you. Nice and gentle. I'd be flossing a lot today. So after this, I think I'm just going to do some gentle stretching, because I've really brought some motion into me. You want to keep yourself as straight as you can. And with your breathing, and when you're doing that breathing, you're really noticing that the stretch is going to go a lot further. So it's all about the mindfulness. It's all about having the ability to tap into your inner power. We can heal anything within us, because a lot of times we have caused something, we have neglected and ignored something. and we may have also been around something. So we can be around people who are in lower vibrations, who have darkness and blockages, and that can be very invasive, and that can cause us to have some disruption. We can also do this to ourselves with our mindset. Perhaps we're always complaining about things. We're not seeing the positive in things. We're not having gratitude and appreciation. So it starts to pile against us in the emotional state and in the physical state. So I hope that these three simple but very effective nerve flossing techniques can help you on your journey. This is for the neck, the shoulder, and the arm. There are other flossing techniques for different parts of the body. Perhaps we'll do that at another time, but I just wanted you to get some relief and get some awareness. So thank you for being here with me on the Raw Vegan Guru channel. I have surpassed 100 subscribers, and it only took like 6 or 7 years. I am flying high. So please subscribe, share these links, and follow these videos so that you can raise your health consciousness. Spread love in the world. It's what we need. Thanks for being here. Bye.